Scape is such a great place for us to come together and talk about topics like going beyond the glass ceiling. And it's kind of interesting that when we asked people if they knew even what the beyond the ceiling meant, only half of the group knew what that was. So even just discussing what that actually means, and then talking about those day-to-days, I think are important.
I think Scape has always been a champion of doing various kind of programs, initiatives for youth, and today's topic is no exception. I think it's a conversation that it's good to have, and kind of like a food for thought, and good to think about.
I think Scape organising events of this sort about diversity is a fantastic initiative. I think the people of Singapore, the young people, are very lucky to have this resource, to have these conversations opened for them.
As a board member at Scape, there's really nothing else that we want youth to do. It's really to be able to see Scape as a place where you can show up as yourself and gather with those who are like you. Be around your communities, find spaces where you can be yourself. That's really important to me. Every time I show up at Scape, I really just want to see youth showing up for themselves.
These are topics that do resonate with the youth, so I think their community initiatives are great.
With Scape as a youth organisation, I think it's super important they organise these types of events to lead the conversation. This is a public government venue. It shows that the government is thinking about the young people. They are the future. It needs to be available for everyone, and there needs to be a safe place where people can talk about things. So I think it's Scape's responsibility as a youth centre to be holding these types of events with conversations about things like diversity.
I think it's important for Scape to organise these events because the youth is literally our future, and something that I learned today is that systems are made out of people, and if we can educate and empower the youth by running these kind of workshops and events and panels, hopefully when they become the next leaders of our society, they will have that knowledge, they will have that skill and the education to actually execute the plans that they want.
Within our community, we also try to kind of have conversations like this, but because our audience is limited and Scape has an access to an even bigger audience, it kind of helps us to push farther.
To have a space, an organization dedicated with the resources and venues and facilitators to do these events, I think it's very, very important for youth today who really want connection and a place to go to.
Having confidence in yourself, but also be able to back up that confidence. Do your research, do your work hard.
Never say never. If you don't start now, then when will you start? You're going to start somewhere. So always keep on looking forward.
I would say love yourself, no matter who you are and the background that you come from. Care for each other, and if you're in a position to represent, then visibly represent.